that vinyasa flow is tough. Also tough is workflows within Jira. So today we're going to go a little bit deeper into our workflows.
Today we're going to talk about Jira workflows. So to start here, what are workflows? So really, it's the work as it flows from start to finish. So remember that. That's thus the name workflow. And you can see here, this workflow is from to do, then it goes into progress, and then done. So this is a default team managed workflow. And so want to keep in mind that this is default. Also want to caveat here, this is a team managed project. Very important because workflows are different in enterprise managed. And so we're going to focus on team managed in this video. And also note, you must be an admin. So you must be an administrator for this project to actually have this project settings screen and to edit the workflow. So keep that in mind. If you don't, you need to have that while following through this video. We're going to issue types, and then we're going to go to edit workflow. So you can take any of these issue types, and then this edit workflow should be up here. And then we're going to get the workflow screen. So this is how you edit the UI to edit the workflow. First thing I want to mention here is the top left-hand corner. This is the workflow schema. So meaning that this workflow is for these different issue types. So you can see it has all my issue types in this project. You can modify it saying I want only bugs to have these workflows. I want user stories to have these workflows. So you can customize it to your use case. The second thing I want to mention here is this top bar. This top bar shows different types of things you can do with workflows, which is different statuses, transitions, and rules. So first of all, the statuses, just think of that as categories of the work. And why this matters is because when you're tracking metrics, and there's different out-of-the-box metrics that Jira tracks and reports that tracks for you, that they categorize in this way so they can actually do that automatic, metrics or burn downs or reports. So really important. You can create as many statuses you want. They all fall in these three categories in the end. Transition. So transition is when you're moving from one status to another. So keep that in mind. Again, you can do some checks and some restrictions. Just keep in mind you're transitioning from one status to the next. Rules. Rules are very powerful. We're not going to go into detail here. Just know it's automation on any part of this workflow you want to do, which meaning that you can restrict users to doing actions. You can change different fields. You can validate different things that have been done before people can move it. So really powerful. We're not going to go into it in this video, but just know you can do some automation, very powerful automation with rules. So this is the workflow here I have. See when a ticket's created, hey, it goes into do. And so what I'm going to do here is actually I'm going to add a different workflow here. So we're going to go maybe a backlog. So I'm going to create a new to-do status backlog. And remember, this is just a UI to edit it. Just makes it easy. And so you can drag and drop. So I'm going to drag this arrow to backlog. So when you create a ticket, now it goes to backlog. And then, you know what? After this, you can go to to-do. As you can see, this is transition. So this is where you can add a transition for these different statuses. I'm going to put ready to work. Great. So now I've created a status. Transition. And so now this transition, I'm going to go and run to the rule. I want to add a rule here. So I'm going to say only restrict users who can move an issue. So I'm going to select this rule, and I'm going to select myself. Only I can say that this story can be worked on or can be into do. Add it here, and I added a rule. So you can see, very powerful, very easy to use. And so really how I would suggest in the practicality of this is start simple. I would keep the original statuses as is and then add when you need it. You want more visibility in progress to done. There's a big bottleneck. What's going on there? Do we need it in review? Do we need different statuses there? Do we need a different to-do status, a different gray one saying, hey, only when they move from backlog to do can the team pick up the work? So really important to understand that this is a way to really break things up from these three buckets of statuses, so you can track your work. So I'm curious though, what do all of you use in your teams? So that add value back to you in your organization. Please leave in the comments below. I would love to discuss of what statuses you use, what transition, what rules you find beneficial to your group.